What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 18 career mode experiment. If you go on to enjoy the video and want to see more of these, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. We'll greatly appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So we've got a little bit of a confusing one here today. Real Madrid playing with their players out of position. As you can see here, we'll take a look who we have in the starting 11. We've got Kroos, a striker, with Navas as well. I thought put the goalkeeper up front. I just changed it up completely. Ramos center attacking mid, Varane center mid, Marcelo defensive midfield, Ronaldo center mid, Casemiro left back, Benzema left center back, Bale right center back, Isco right back, and then Modric in goals. Probably not the best option. 5'8", no goalkeeping experience and quality. So this could end. I'm just going to be very intrigued. That's what these experiments have been for me recently. If you haven't watched the last couple, this one's a bit different. It's the default formation, but just mess the players around a bit, and I'll keep my tabs on them as we simulate through the season in case like players get injured, all that kind of stuff, to make sure every single game, every single player is playing out of position. So we'll simulate to the first game of the season. These will be a bit longer. I will simulate the games individually opposed to simulating a month, so we make sure that happens, of course. So these matches weren't so important. It was just the pre-season. We'll simulate to the first game of Supercopa. Will be interesting to see how it goes against Barcelona before the season proper. But let's just get a gauge. So that's a 3-1 win against Atlanta. Then FC Dallas 0-0, so couldn't score there. Interesting. Santos 3-1 win. Then PSG draw 1-1, but obviously advance. And then you can see in the final beating Bayern 2-1. What a good thing will be when simulating, if you can see like who scored and that kind of stuff. So from here, all these competitive games, we will go into simulate like this, as you can see with the team lineup. Let's see how this one goes. 1-1. But guys, of course, I'm not going to go through every single game like that. Maybe we'll do once every single month, because I just realized, that will take a really, really long time. But just so you get the idea, I will make sure that every player for this experiment, is playing out of position, because as I said, with injuries and all that. But as for right now, we will simulate that second leg. Let's see how it goes. Can we be beating Barcelona with a messed up starting 11, essentially? Players everywhere, randomly. And you can see Barcelona smash us 4-0. I was going to say, Barcelona's team look a bit more in order, but Messi, he was around in the middle, but I guess, that's their formation setup. But anyway, guys, you can see it affected. I suppose it is affected, because my biggest, thing I wondered, does it matter if you play players out of position? See, right now, like I said, I'll keep tabs on this. If we get players injured and everything like that, a 6-week injury for Kroos, so we're going to have to replace him. I think, next best, I think we'll just go, you can go Asensio. I'm going to go Carvajal to go in striker, just to make it a bit more, random. And then, Llorente, he's probably, the next best player, so we'll put him on the subs bench. So let's simulate the rest of the month and see how the team goes in those two games. And there we go, let's take a look at those results. So for the first league game of the season, it is a 1-0 win. Very slim there. And then the next one, 3-0, so it is a good start to the season. But as I just checked the team out here, you can see Casemiro has picked up a red card, so we're going to have to make that change. And we're going to bring on Asensio in left back. So we're still going to have to, check like this every few games. There'll be injuries and suspensions. So we've got to make sure, players continue to play out of position here. And there we go, let's check out the results. Obviously, I clicked on the 30th, so I'll go and simulate that one manually. I thought, one a month, we can do that. So, 4-0, big win, 5-0. See, a loss against Sociedad, so still, a loss against Betis. Draw against Copenhagen, so definitely, some good results, but throwing up some surprises as well. So if you go into the squad, they're still in those selected positions. But if we go into the squad hub, this is something I want to check out. Like who's got the most goals. Maybe it will be reflected a little bit more as we go on. Goals for the season. See, Ronaldo's still got 8. He got 4. He's got 4 in the league. 3 assists. He's playing a midfield position at least. Carvial, though, yeah, look at that. He is got 1 goal, so it's not something out of the ordinary. 1 goal in the league, 1 goal in Champions League. Asensio, yeah, so we're looking into the stats, maybe. But yeah, guys, we will go and play the next one just to see. We'll simulate, as I said, as is. Wait, is anyone else back that we dropped out? Yeah, Kroos. We'll bring Kroos back in instead of Carvial. He'll play up front there with Navas. I'm trying to be interested to see if Navas will get a goal. I'm not even sure. Maybe if he ends up being goalkeeper anyway when I simulate, it's hard to know for sure. Casemiro, could he come in for... Oh, no, I'll leave it as is. We'll just save those changes. But yeah, we'll go into sim. See, in these matches here for sure is like this. I'm just interested to see the results here. See, lose. See, this is what I mean. Bale he still ends up scoring while playing. He's in centre back, yeah. Obviously, centre backs can score goals, but when they go up for corners, yeah, then Bale's playing centre back, so those players end up scoring anyway. So that's why I want to simulate those manually. So attacking players could still score even if they're playing in a defensive position. It's just how it gets calculated. So yeah, we will go on again to simulate to the last day of October and see how we go. At least I maybe can play out the season with this one and not get fired. Or sim out the season, we should say. There we go. So we'll skim through these results here, see if there's any surprising ones. See, it's a loss against Getafe. So I'm really believing they are going in out of position like we have it set up. Ooh, just beat Napoli there 3-2. 4-0 against Eibar. 2-1. See, there's just some result. Draw against Girona. And then, yeah, Copenhagen will go and simulate that one manually as well. So if we just take a look how the league is sitting, Champions League is looking all right. So we would just go into the La Liga. There we go. Real Madrid. See, not sitting that great compared to like they usually would. See, that's what I think. If I would have them as normal, they would be doing much better. I don't think they would have lost 4 matches in the league so far. But there again, you can take a look at that and look at the form. Like Kroos going down, Varane going down, Isco going down. A lot of players going down. Well, Ronaldo's going straight up with his form because he's amazing, but because it's Ronaldo. But yeah, let's go into manually sim this one with Luka Modric in goals. Come on. What's going to happen here? It's going to be a 2-1 loss. And see, Ronaldo, he just keeps scoring, no matter if he's just playing centre mid. And see from the league results that Real Madrid are in 8th at the moment, so it's definitely not as good as you would expect. We will go simulate November, see how it goes. Actually, we'll go to... Okay, only simulate one game. We'll simulate that one. We'll go up to Atletico Madrid. That will be an important one to see how the result plays out. And there you go, that result, 2-1. So even though you see some players like Modric getting goals and assists, he's got a couple, but the results are clearly affected. So yeah, it must be. But the goals are still credited to attacking players. So we'll go in to simulate this one manually. There you go, Modric in goals. You got Isco in defense, Bale, Benzema. How will that fare against Atletico? I'd like to see Ramos score a goal. See, yeah, they completely don't play so well. So you can see that's totally in effect. I've been just trying to be convincing myself that the players are actually playing out of position. I think you can see that now, so I can simulate more. We'll actually, yeah, simulate a fair few here. We'll go to the end of December. Last game's played in December at least. So there we go, we simulate those all. So just see all the results. Olympiacos 1-1. And so you see a lot of results that are pretty poor, but then you get a good result. But see how December panned out. Napoli lost 2-0. Yeah, lost against Napoli 2-0. Sevilla managed to get the win. Draw. Ugh. Not a good result against that team. Then Barcelona end up winning 2-1. Take that. And then Athletic 1-0. So some bad results, but then some good form, it seems like. But the board is telling us we're not on track. So we're going to actually check out. What happened? What happened in the Champions League? You can see there Real Madrid still around 5th, so it's not horrendous, but obviously, yeah, not as good as Atletico Madrid, who's killing it right now. See, even that's intriguing itself. So we did manage to sneak into the Champions League knockout stages. Very, very slim. As you can see, 8 points to the 7 of Olympiacos to compare. Olympiacos almost. They got very close. But just to see an update of the squad, to see if there's still like any injuries or anything like that, anyone missing, and there really isn't. So it's not like, as I was mentioning earlier, other players are going to be playing in their actual positions. Yeah, everyone's still playing out of position, it looks like. So into the new year, 2018, we'll simulate up until that Valencia game in the league, and we'll manually sim that one. It's good to do a few throughout the season. And there we go. So a lot of cup games there. Let's check out the results. So Valencia lost 2-1, then won 2-1. Obviously meant they advanced. And, ooh, I have no idea what's going to happen there. If we go forward, obviously advanced. So semi-finals, made it. But a lot of draws there. See, 1 match, 2 match, and yeah, they're very close, that's for sure. And then a win against Celta away from home, and big one against Villarreal. Which means they're in the top 4 now, Real. So that's not terrible. So we'll go to Valencia. Again, if we go back for a second. And Valencia is in 9th. So again, just to update you on the default players, starting 11. All out of position for sure. Let's go into the Valencia game. Again, I always just found it outstanding. Modric in goals, and we're not conceding so many. And the C... I especially feel it. It's happened in other games though, but especially when I manually sim. No chance. So now, because important Champions League game will simulate right up to the Juve one. So here we go. We'll take a look at the early results in the month. Win against Levante 2-0. And then the Cup one there. 2-1 victory against Deportivo in that first leg. And then, okay, so some good results are coming in, actually. So, yeah, we'll see how the one goes against Juve. How is the first team looking? Okay, none of those players injured. That is good to see. But now, okay, offer rescinded. Yeah, we don't need to worry about all that. Yeah, let's simulate this one against Juve. As you can see, that's the lineup. And let's see the result. Once again, the manual simulation. Juve coming up some good form. Madrid, oh, it's 1-1. Ronaldo scores. Ronaldo's still getting the goals. So, yeah, if you check the stats, when I show the stats, and you're like, oh, you're playing Ronaldo centre mid, and he's still scoring. Yeah, you see it there. Still scoring the goals no matter what. There you can see the stats. Ronaldo, from playing central midfield, still most goals in the league. One more than Suarez. But guys, from here, we'll go to the next match and we'll simulate a fair bunch here to the end of March. This one's going a bit longer than my previous experiments, which is good though. Not an early sacking. So again, just check all those results out. I want to see this Cup one 3-0, so it is a win to advance there. The first one was 2-1 also to make the final. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But let's check out these other ones here. Very important. Getafe, 3-0. Very important against Juventus. It's a 2-1 draw. So, oh no, sorry. It's a draw 1-1. So what was the first one again? It was 1-1. Nothing could separate us. But we must have made it through. Because you can see there we're playing Manchester City. So, yeah, kind of crawling across the line, though, in these matches. 2-0, Girona. Okay, a bit of consistency in the league now, which is good to see. But, yeah, I definitely want to go out to this Manchester City one. And we'll manually sim both of those legs. So here we are, we got to that now. Very important again. Just show you a quick look at the 11 there. It still looks really confusing. Take a look at it, especially Navas. Navas wouldn't have scored a goal in the season. I would be surprised. Yeah, so I'm not sure how all that is playing out. But if you see the goals, Ronaldo's got 32. Asensio has got 11. See, Marcelo's got 9 goals. Marcelo, I don't think he'd get all those 9 goals from left back if he was reverted to playing that when I simulate all the games. But definitely for this one, we'll go in with that lineup. And Oh, who's missing? Who's missing? Sorry, guys, we have to see this. Oh, is that Asensio? Or Asensio could still go into the match like that, though. Yeah, let's just bring, yeah, Casemiro. Actually, yeah, just put him because he'll be more fit to play the match, actually. So, yeah, we'll do that. So now we will simulate the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinal of the Champions League quarterfinal here. Let's see against Manchester City. With a confusing starting 11 for us, Manchester City do beat us. See, Fernandes comes on and scores a goal. How about that? Comes on for Benzema because he was injured. So I might just simulate some more as well, especially when there's Champions League ones. We'll just keep simulating the team as is. Malaga, manually simulate. Let's go. Let's see if Navas can get us a goal. Can we do it? Ronaldo, the only goal, but 5-1. I know it's away from home. You know, the whole discussion of when you simulate games, when you're playing away from home, the results don't go so well. I think that may be playing into it a little bit. But now, yeah, into the second leg against Manchester City. There is the line. A lot of players tired as well. Just to make it a little bit harder. Even more harder right there. Let's see how it goes against Manchester City. And it's a 4-0 smashing. Even Modric was substituted. So now the manager rating is 68. That's partially getting knocked out of the Champions League, but also I think I got pretty far considering the team selections. And yeah, sitting in 6th. Also, that's part of it. So could I make the end of the season? Could we make the end of the season? And that's what, in fact, we will do. Let's go to the final. Yeah, just simulate the rest of the season, how it goes. Hopefully could survive it. Keep the job. So there we go. We made it. Let's just, again, go through the previous results. You know what happened against Man City. Draw against Sevilla. Draw against Atletico. Okay, good win there too. Interested to see how the end of league finished. Ooh, 2-1. 4-0. But lose against Barca. And then draw against Villarreal. Then lose against Barca in the final. So, yeah, this has been it's been an interesting one. It's been an interesting one, that is for sure. Ended up coming 3rd. So I think you can tell, yeah, it was reflected. Playing a lot of players out position. Still, I'm not 100% sure if they did, in fact, when I simulated by the calendar. But definitely when I went in manually, there was a lot of bad results. So, yeah, keep that in mind. But definitely you could see that in games where players were playing out of position for sure. When I went in with this manual simulation, yeah, it doesn't work out well. If you're wondering, does it matter if you're playing their players in position? But then it's a whole different discussion when you're actually controlling the team. Does it affect? This is just for the simulation. So yeah, it was still pretty interesting. And as I mentioned, I'm not sure how long the video will be, but this has actually taken me an hour and 20 minutes. Just a gauge of how long the recording time was after I edit it down, of course, or before I edit down, I should say, technically. So yeah, I did spend a bit more time on this one, so hopefully you appreciate it. Keep giving me more ideas for experiments, as I mentioned. Trying to do things a bit more different than general series for career mode, just general seasons, as that's gotten really boring for my viewers and for me personally, and just a whole different aspect of other things. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.